Ladies, today we're diving into something rarely talked about openly, but when done right, it can completely shift the energy in your relationship. And it's not just about the physical, it's about emotional closeness, trust, confidence, and yes, real pleasure. Let me make one thing clear right away. This isn't about trying to perform or doing anything because you feel pressured. This is about claiming your sensual power. It's about learning what brings you joy and how your energy alone can awaken something unforgettable in a man. Because here's the real truth that hardly anyone says out loud. What makes intimacy unforgettable isn't just the moves. It's the meaning behind them. It's the emotional tension, the playful curiosity, and the confidence you carry when you walk in and silently say, I know how to enjoy this moment, and I know how to make you enjoy it too. We often treat these moments like they're only physical. That's where we get it wrong. The moments that drive a man absolutely wild, the ones he keeps replaying in his mind, the ones that make him feel bonded and close, they're not just about your hands or your mouth. They're about the feeling you create, the way you make him feel wanted, adored, safe, overwhelmed in the best possible way. I always say this, intimacy is a language. It's not just about what you do, but what you're saying through it. Your eyes speak, your breath speaks, your touch says more than words ever could. And when you start speaking that language with confidence, intention, and a playful edge, you don't just create chemistry, you create lasting fascination. So if you've ever wanted to feel powerful in your own body and leave a man remembering not just your touch, but the way you made him feel, this is for you. What I'm about to share today isn't just a list of 5 tricks. It's 5 shifts in energy, 5 powerful ways of being that can turn something forgettable into something deeply unforgettable. Because when you know how to slow things down, build up the moment, and actually let yourself enjoy it too, you don't just excite him, you stir something deeper. You wake up that feeling in him of being chosen. You make him feel like he's with a woman who is confident, aware, tuned in. And that, my love, is where the magic lives. Let's start with something most people totally overlook, even though it's one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to building intimacy with a man: eye contact. Now that might sound obvious, right? Just look at him. But I want to ask you, how do you look at him? Because eye contact is not just about seeing, it's about presence. It's about being fully right there with him. And when a woman locks eyes with a man with intention and confidence, she's sending a message that runs much deeper than anything physical. You're saying, I see you, I'm not afraid to be close, I'm not hiding, I'm here and I want this. That energy? That's magnetic. Most people rush through these moments. They get shy, they look away, or they slip into some kind of performance. But a woman who pauses, who breathes, and then looks directly at her partner like she's choosing him in that exact moment, she becomes unforgettable. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. When you hold that gaze, you strip away the roles, the pressure, the second guessing. What's left is the truth. It's real closeness. That little spark of, I'm right here with you, and I want this to be as good for you as it is for me. You also shift the power dynamic. Instead of trying to win him over or prove something, you're grounded in what you bring. You're not asking for validation. You're giving him an experience. That quiet power, it's beyond attractive. Now let's go deeper. Eye contact in these moments can do one of 2 things. It can calm him or it can ignite him. You get to choose. If you hold his gaze with warmth, it creates safety. He relaxes. He softens. He lets go. If you look up at him with a playful spark in your eyes, you turn on his curiosity and his desire. That's when it becomes a game, a delicious invitation into your energy. And the best part is, you don't need to say a single word. Your eyes say it all. They say, I want this. They say, you're mine right now. They say, don't go anywhere, just feel this. This isn't about pretending. It's not about trying to be someone you're not. It's about letting the real you show up, letting go of the pressure to impress, and stepping fully into the presence that already makes you magnetic. So before you even touch him, look at him. Let your eyes speak. Let them hint at everything you're about to do. And trust me, he'll feel it everywhere, not just in his body, but deep in his chest. When a woman can stir a man's desire with nothing more than her gaze, she doesn't need much more to make him lose his mind. Now let's be real, when most people think of intimacy, especially when it involves oral pleasure, they think of just getting right to it. But that's the problem. When you skip the build-up, you miss the most powerful part. You miss the anticipation. And ladies, this is where true desire is born. Because men crave anticipation just as much as we do. It's not about the act alone, it's about how long you make him crave it. That tension, when done with confidence and creativity, becomes absolutely irresistible. So here's the move. Don't go straight for the obvious. Instead, begin everywhere else. Start with his thighs. Let your hands explore slowly, teasing, coming close without giving in. Let your lips wander, kiss the inside of his legs, his hips, his stomach, the places that often get ignored. Take your time. Glide your fingertips across his skin. Maybe use your nails. Let your breath warm him without even touching. Why is this so powerful? Because it creates emotional tension. Your slow, deliberate pace tells him, this isn't a favor I'm doing, it's something I'm choosing, and I'm savoring every second. He doesn't know when it'll happen. He doesn't know what you'll do next. All he knows is that you've got his full attention. His body is lighting up under your touch, and he's getting more and more drawn in with every second. This isn't just foreplay. This is a power shift. By the time you go near his most sensitive parts, his mind is already spinning. He's not just physically excited, he's emotionally involved. His breath changes. His focus is only on you. And that's when everything transforms from something physical to something unforgettable. Most people don't realize this, but men want to feel desired too. They want to feel like you're savoring the moment with them, that you're not rushing but really present. When you explore his body like you're interested, when you slow it down like you're enjoying the process, you open up a part of him that most people never touch. His vulnerability, his deep need to feel wanted. And here's what many overlook. When you slow down, you stay in charge. You decide the rhythm. You choose the pace. And that kind of confidence, it becomes addictive. You're not just creating pleasure, you're creating control. Quiet, sexy, unshakable control. So don't treat these moments like tasks on a checklist. Treat them like art. Explore, pause, let the moment stretch out, and make him feel like there's nowhere else in the world you'd rather be than right there, discovering every inch of him like it's a secret you're slowly unlocking. When he thinks you'll keep going, trace soft circles with your lips against his skin, and let him wonder when, or even if, you'll move further. Let each second feel intentional, slow, and thick with tension. That's how you make him lose his mind before anything even really begins. And that, my love, is the kind of intimacy that leaves a mark long after the moment has passed. Now that you've stirred that anticipation, he's already humming with sensation from your touch, your stillness, your gaze. This is where things begin to deepen, and this is exactly where many people go wrong. They fall into repeating what they've seen or done 100 times. The same rhythm, same pressure, same motion every single time. But what truly makes intimacy unforgettable isn't that kind of repetition. It's rhythm, emotion, and instinct. It's the ability to respond in real time, not just act out a routine. Here's a secret that changes everything. Your mouth should mirror your mood. If you're feeling tender, affectionate, connected in a soft and romantic way, your energy should reflect that. Move slowly. Let each moment stretch. Use longer, softer motions. Breathe deeply. Let your lips be gentle. Think less about technique and more about emotion. Let your touch say, I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel cherished. Now shift the mood. Say it's playful. Maybe you're feeling bold, a little daring, filled with mischief. You want him to feel the thrill. That's when you change the pace. Use flicks of your tongue. Pause unexpectedly. Change the rhythm. Smile at him. Maybe even let out a soft laugh when you see his reaction, because now he knows you're in control. What that does is create contrast. It keeps him guessing. And the last thing you ever want to be in intimacy is predictable. Predictable means disconnected, but when your body matches your mood, when it moves with feeling, he becomes captivated. Because now it's not just about physical pleasure, you've made it emotional. You're giving him a range of sensation. A slow, delicate moment, followed by something deeper, more rhythmic, a pause, a flicker of your tongue, a soft breath, a light scratch of your nails, a shift in pace. All of it comes together like music. And through all of it, your energy is telling him, I'm doing this because I enjoy it, not because I have to. That's the true turn on. It's not just what you do, it's what you radiate while you're doing it. Here's something rarely said. When you let yourself be fully expressive during physical connection, when you let yourself moan just a little, breathe differently, enjoy the way he tastes, the way his skin responds, you become magnetic. It's not about putting on a show. It's about allowing, letting yourself feel, letting yourself react. Because that honesty, that raw, present, sensual energy is what drives him out of his mind. It tells him, this is real. This isn't performance. This is us right here, right now. And that feeling, he won't forget it. Now, let's talk about something we often overlook in the moment, your hands. So much focus gets placed on what you're doing with your lips, your tongue, your mouth. But your hands are just as powerful. When used with purpose, they don't just support, they elevate the entire experience. The truth is, men respond to full body touch in places they didn't even know were sensitive, if it's done with care and intention. Using your hands isn't about trying to do everything at once. It's not about being technical. It's about building a full body experience that draws him deeper into your presence. Let your hands follow a rhythm. As your mouth moves, let your hands join in. Not to take the spotlight, but to create harmony. Use them to stroke him in sync with your lips, or alternate between hand and mouth, keeping the pace, changing just enough to keep his senses on edge. But don't stop there. Expand your touch. Slide your fingers down his thighs. Anchor him by placing your hands on his hips. Let one hand slowly trail up his torso. Let your nails graze his skin, just lightly enough to contrast the softness of your lips. That edge, that difference, that unexpected texture, it drives him wild. This is the moment where it all goes from, this feels good, to I can't even think straight. Because now you're not just focusing on one part of him. You're inviting his whole body into the experience. You're saying, I want to feel all of you. I want to know every inch of you. And for a man to feel that, to feel like you're exploring him, not just pleasing him, it's rare, it's powerful. When you treat his body as something worth discovering, not a box to check, it shifts the way he receives every single touch. And there's something else your hands bring. Control. You guide the moment. You decide the pace. You slow it down by tightening your grip. You speed it up with a lighter, quicker touch. You pause with your mouth and let your hands take over, teasing, tempting, building hunger. That space where he misses the warmth of your mouth, that's when desire multiplies. Because the pleasure didn't disappear, it transformed. And now he's hooked on every move you make. But what makes all this unforgettable isn't just what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. The way you touch him like he's the lucky one. The way your hands say, I'm choosing to be here, and I'm in control. That's what leaves him breathless. When your hands move with purpose, with softness, firmness, rhythm, you're telling him a story. One where you're leading, he's surrendering, and neither of you wants the story to end. So, we've built tension. You've used your gaze, your mouth, your hands, and now he's not just physically turned on, he's emotionally wrapped around the moment. But here's the final piece that takes this from amazing to unforgettable: your ability to guide and respond in the moment. This may sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful parts of intimacy. Being able to lead the energy, shift the tempo, and let your confidence come through in your communication. Because the truth is, confidence isn't just about how you move. It's about what you say while you're doing it. A lot of people go silent in these moments. They're afraid to break the mood. But silence can sometimes flatten the experience. If you want to create connection, real connection, speak, whisper something. Let him hear your voice. Say things like, "You like that, don't you?" or "You feel so good." It's not about sounding scripted, it's about affirming the moment. It shows him you're not just doing something for him. You're right there with him, feeling it too. Even more powerful, taking the lead. That doesn't mean you have to dominate him unless you want to. It simply means you steer the experience. You decide when to slow it down. You choose when to intensify it. You show, through your actions and your words, that you're aware of every second, and that you're in control of how it unfolds. And in that energy, something amazing happens. He relaxes. He trusts you. He stops overthinking, and he just feels. And that, more than anything else, is what turns a physical act into something unforgettable. Pick up the pace when the rhythm naturally shifts. Let your hands steady his hips, hold him in place. And then, when he's not expecting it, pull back and look up at him. Smile. Let the moment hang in the air. Make him wait. Guide him, using only your energy, your expression, your body language. This is how everything flips. You're no longer performing, you're directing. You're the one leading the entire experience. And that right there is what makes a man lose himself in you. Because what he feels in that moment is powerful. He sees a woman who knows exactly what she's doing. He feels your confidence, he trusts you deeply, and most of all, he feels like he can fully let go with you. And ladies, when a man feels safe enough to completely let go, that's when he bonds. Emotionally, mentally, sensually. You become more than just someone he's sharing a moment with. You become the woman who gave him an experience so real, so rare, that he compares everything else to it. This is what real sexual leadership looks like. Not about overpowering, it's about guiding. It's the quiet confidence that says, "I'm right here, I've got you. Let me show you what this can be." So don't hold back. Don't be afraid to say something. Don't hesitate to switch directions, to pause, to tease, to take the moment into your own hands, to tell him what you want. That's not selfish, it's magnetic. Because when a woman steps into her full power, not just with her body, but with her voice, her presence, her intention, she leaves a mark, one that doesn't fade. And the moment you share with him becomes something he can't and won't forget. Let me leave you with this, something you might not expect. The reason these 5 moves are so powerful, the reason they stay with a man long after, isn't because they're flashy or technical. They work because they come from something deeper, from your confidence, your presence, your emotional depth. It was never only about what you do with your mouth, your hands, or your body. It's about the energy you bring when you show up. It's about the way you claim your desire and own it without apology. It's about the unspoken message, "I'm not here to perform, I'm here to connect, to create something real, something unforgettable." And when a woman shows up like that, grounded in her sensuality, confident in her body, and fully present, he doesn't just enjoy her, he remembers her. He thinks about her long after. He craves her, not just physically, but emotionally, and more than that, he respects her. So whether you're just beginning to explore intimacy, or you've been with someone for years, never forget the power you carry. You have more influence, more magnetism, more presence than you've ever been told. When you combine emotional awareness with sensual confidence, you don't just satisfy a man, you raise the entire standard of what intimacy should feel like. If this spoke to you and you want more tools to create real chemistry, deep connection, and magnetic presence, then make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. And if you're ready to go even deeper, not just to drive him wild in the bedroom, but to build a connection that truly lasts, drop a comment and tell me which of these 5 moves you're most excited to master first. Because this space, this channel, it's not about tricks or games. It's about becoming a woman who knows exactly what she wants, who knows how to connect, and who lights up every space she walks into. You deserve to feel powerful in every part of your love life, so let's grow into that power together.